Hey folks, my name is Matt. This is my first video on my new YouTube channel. I don't know if I'm gonna call it Blind Guy Matt or Blind Vision or whatever, but that pretty much gives it away, doesn't it? So I am blind, or technically legally blind. My vision, as it stands right now, most people are 20/20 or somewhere near that. I am 22,000 or 2200. And basically what that means is that what you can see at 2,000 feet, I need to be 20 feet away to see it. So if you can see, if you can read a book at arm's length, I need to be like right up to my face up here to see it for regular normal type print. So basically what happened to me was I had diabetic retinal edema, which is where the retina has swelling behind, like here's the eyeball, here's the retina, and I had swelling behind the retina which pushed off the retina off of my eyes. I was also bleeding internally in my eyes. So I had, starting about 2 years ago, I had 12 shots in my eyes, like 6 in each eye. And with the needle, it's as gross as it sounds. It's not fun at all. Anyways, they help stop the bleeding. Quote, hemorrhaging is what the word was that they used. They stop the hemorrhaging inside your eyes, but still there was swelling and everything in the back that was all irritated. And once the blood vessels inside the eyeball kind of dried up, it pulls. They dry up and they pull. Think of like the back of a balloon, and when you pull the back of the balloon, it like gets deformed or whatever bit. Well, I had multiple spots like that pulling, so I then went in for surgery. It was beyond the point where I couldn't do the type of surgery where they just do the laser, so they had to cut into my eyes. And they did this one first 2 years ago in February, and the retina was so brittle and bad that it ended up tearing the retina. The pulling did. So they did the release surgery, some way I can think to call it. They did the release surgery to release the tension from it, the scar tissue pulling. And I have a tiny, tiny little sliver, like the dime thickness. Like if I'm looking over here, I have a tiny little sliver of vision here, but then anything at like the 230 position and on for this eye is completely black. This eye here, I had something similar, but I only had like 1 or 2 scar tissue, I call them pull points, where they're pulling, and they weren't directly in my direct line of sight. They're like off to the side. So this eye is better. Like I can see shapes with it, but it looks like, it's like I'm looking through wax paper, if you will. If you can imagine what looking through a piece of wax paper is like, you just see blobs and colors. And right now, it's like 5-ish or so, getting ready for dinner. And it's been overcast today, so this is kind of a very dark day for me. It might seem bright in here right now, but to me, it's not bright at all. I can't see the television. I can't distinguish between, like there's a television across the way over here, and I can't distinguish the television from the stand that it's on, and or make out other things around the room, except if when I'm like up close to it, then I can kind of tell something's there. Anyways, with this type of diabetic retinal edema, they put, after the surgery, the retina, they repaired the retina, made it better, at least on this side for the most part, and then they put a ball of oil, and I have a ball of oil inside of each eye that is used to hold that retina in place. like and now that that's in place, it's been since last February I had this one, and 2 years ago February that I had this one. This one probably won't get much better, so they're keeping the oil in. But this one here, in about 5 months, we're going to have another surgery. We're going to take the oil out of my eye. Wait a minute. Alexa, stop. It's 6 p.m.
This is a reminder.
This is a reminder.
Take out the trash.
Alexa, stop. Sorry about that. So like I said, they're going to take out the oil. The oil causes a very, very fast cataracts. So the vision loss that I have in this eye where it's very gray and dark, that might realistically be improved once I have this new surgery. We'll take the oil out. The oil causes cataracts, like I said, like very, very quickly. And there is cataracts in that eye right now. By the way, these are not prescription. I call these my Bambi glasses because they make my eyes look big like Bambi. So these are 6X readers. Oh my gosh. Alexa, stop. At 6 o'clock, especially on Thursdays, I always have a 3 reminders. One is to take my insulin. I'm diabetic, obviously. The next one is to take out the trash. And on Thursday in particular, it's a double trash reminder because that's the last day until Sunday that we have trash pickup. Where I live, we have trash ferries. So every night you just take the trash out and you put it in the hallway and the trash ferries come and pick it up. I think it's like little Mexicans in tutus or something. Never actually seen them, but they come at like 9 o'clock at night and empty the trash where we live. So that's a pretty cool service. All right, I digress. I'm sorry. And I only know they're Mexican because I've heard them speak Spanish. They could be little elves that happen to speak Spanish, but I'm pretty sure they're Mexican. Anyways, at Christmas time, we leave them like a little extra money and stuff. So, where was I? The eye, when I get the cataracts fixed and then the oil taken out, and they're also going to do something else. I'm gonna take the oil out. They're gonna give me a new lens with the cataracts. Oh, and they'll do one last laser treatment in case there's any other areas where they can. I don't know if this is gonna be to stop bleeding. I don't think it's bleeding right now. There might be tiny little bits of blood in there right now, but I have a feeling that this one is to break down the scar tissue even further. So we'll find out about that. So anyways, this channel, I know that I've rambled on here for a bit. This channel is going to be about me kind of going through this process. I wanted to document the latter stages of this process, and maybe me using some of the technology that I have. I go to the VA hospital, and they've really been a great help. Their Visor Low Vision Center that they have there, and I seriously, I go there like probably 12 to 15 times a month. I have a doctor's appointment, so it's pretty much every day. I had one today. And so I'll just keep you guys posted with videos and stuff that I'm doing with this. And I haven't told you this, but I'm planning on starting a business. I owned a marketing firm before this all happened, and I did quite well. But then once I became blind and my clients were all like, nope. So 90% of them jumped ship. So financially it was really hurtful, but things are getting back on track now. And I wanted to also document the process of how I can now transition to redoing my business, or at least to some extent. There are obvious limitations, and we'll talk about that. And you know, this is just, you know, hopefully you guys get to come join me on the journey. You'll learn a little bit of stuff, and I'll learn stuff from you guys, and that's all. So thank you. God bless. Oh, and I have this little remote that goes to my new tripod that I just got, and it stops. Bye. I think it stops it.